welcome back. You're watching The Money Show and time to get your queries answered. Today I have with me Shweta Jain from Investography. Shweta, hi, good evening and welcome to the show. And just before I start taking the queries, WhatsApp number and email ID that our viewers should be noting down just in case they want to send across their questions. 8657974571. WhatsApp number themoneyshow@etnow.tv. That's the email ID where we keep waiting for your queries. But then, Shweta, let's begin. Raghav Chopra's question. He says that he's a student in US and he wants to start investing in Indian markets in mutual funds, but he's totally confused. He has 10,000 rupees every month for an SIP that he wants to do, and he also has 1 lakh. So he wants to understand that SIP and lump sum, how should he be going about, what kind of proportion should be getting into in terms of SIP and and the goal is actually for 5 years. Later on, he also wants to buy a house, and then with different life stages have different requirements in terms of your financial goals. So there's going to be retirement, his kids' education, buying your own house. But congratulations, Raghav. We don't have you on the phone line, but you're a student and you want to start investing. You gathered money for yourself, 1 lakh and SIP for 10,000 rupees. So great start, and thank you so much for sending us your question. Shweta, how can you help him?
Yes, I think Raghav has started off. That's a great thing for him. But the other question here, and is relevant for a lot of students or residents in the US, is when they invest living in the US, because there are compliance considerations that need to be taken into account. So when he's investing from there, if he's investing through an NRE, NRU, whichever account, while he's residing there, he can invest only in a few funds, fund houses. So a list of fund houses, I'll name a few, and they can check if anybody wants to invest. They can check whether they can invest in these particular funds. For Raghav, especially his 10,000 SIP, I would recommend he start off with the UTI Nifty 50 fund. UTI does allow investing for US residents. And I would recommend for 5,000 into PPFAS Flexi Cap Fund. So 50-50 sort of ratio between the two. Equity for long term. For his 1 lakh, I would suggest ICICI Balanced Advantage Fund, sort of a medium term, so like a 3-year time horizon. Aditya Birla, SBI, these are the fund houses that also accept investments from US residents.
All right. So, Shweta, this is actually a very long-term question also. And considering he's got a 5 years time horizon, it becomes a medium-term question requirement. Since you're looking at equity, not only for Raghav, but for anyone else who wants to look at equity for 5 years time horizon, what should be the ideal strategy in equity? Or you've got to be having a hybrid strategy because you need stability also. It's a medium-term outlook. Time to go conservative a bit, so you can have some component of debt also in this investment.
Yeah, so that's why I recommended sort of a balanced portfolio.
Yeah.
See, what happens is he's just starting off, and usually people will continue to invest and they'll increase their investment. So the initial investment especially can have much longer term than 5 years that they anticipate. Now, the important thing is that they start investing in equity now, because if they don't see the growth, they're not going to be motivated to invest. Having said that, 5 years is a bare minimum time period that they should give equity investments. So I think if he is looking at, say, a year later, when he's reevaluating this, he should start looking at a little bit of a debt component, a balanced component maybe then, and maybe a year later start moving to debt if his time horizon still stays the same and the amounts still stay the same.
Shweta, let's move on to Aditya's question. He's 32 years old, currently investing via SIP, and he's looking at building up a corpus of 25 crores in the next 25 years. And he's got HDFC Top 100, Nippon India Growth, SBI Contra, Parag Parikh Flexi Cap, SBI Small Cap, UTI Nifty Index Fund also. So what's the answer for him?
So he wants to invest 2 lakhs per month and build a corpus of 25 crores in the next 25 years, which is fantastic, considering that, for this goal to be reached, he'll need to invest about 1.5, 1.8, depending on the rate of return. So he is getting there. 2 lakhs is a good amount for him to start, and maybe he would be getting to his number before even his target date. The portfolio is good as well. He has a good combination of flexi cap, small cap, international, Nifty 50. It's a good combination. What I would recommend is that he increases his Nifty 50 from 10,000 to 30,000, SBI small cap to 30,000. as well. Add on Kotak Emerging, that's one of the good mid-cap funds which I think is lacking here. So 30,000, Nippon India Growth 30,000, HDFC Top 100 also he can increase to 30,000, Contra keep it at 20,000, and PPFA's FlexiCap at 30,000.
Okay. Let's take Girish's question. And so PMS of Marcellus CCP and Rising Giants, he wants to know if he can exit that. He's holding a white PMS since the last 18 months, and he has mid cap and small caps, which I've already seen a run up. So is it a time to shift to large caps? And is a multi-asset fund better than a flexi cap? These questions, and yeah, we've got some time also on hand. Yeah, Shweta.
Okay, so loaded questions. So Marcellus CCP especially, and even Rising Giants haven't seen a good performance for the last year or so now, year and a half almost now. But before that, for the first 1.5, 2 years, they had a fantastic run up. But in equity, when investors do invest, they have to keep in mind that the equity returns are not linear, and they will see portfolios with high volatility at some point or the other. Depending on your time horizon, if you think you need to exit equity in the next 1 or 2 years, it's time to then move to safer avenues now, including the White Oak PMS, where he's been investing or stay invested for 18 months now. There has been a rally, there has been a run up, elections coming. It will tend to get more volatile. We don't know what will happen at that time. So if the goal is within the next 12 to 18 months, I would definitely recommend move to safer avenues, debt, multi-asset funds. He will still have equity. It will still be volatile, and he cannot control how much equity is there. At least if there's a portfolio, he can control how much equity is there, because he can invest only the allocated amount to equity. So I would definitely definitely recommend avoiding multi-asset funds, because that may not suit his requirements. A flexi cap, again, you can't control your asset allocation. So it's really what is it that he's looking at? Is he looking at stability and sort of capital protection for the next 12 to 18 months? Then yes, a combination of large cap and debt funds may be a fantastic idea for him. If he thinks that it's fine and this is a part of the portfolio which he's okay with being volatile, there's no harm in staying invested. He can stay invested in the PSs. There is absolutely no need to withdraw that money.
All right, I think with that, it's time up on the show today. Thank you so much, Shweta, for answering all the questions. And I'm going to leave our viewers with our WhatsApp number and email ID, where they can send across all their questions related to mutual fund, insurance, or even a loan repayment strategy, if at all you want. Anything related to your financial planning, we have all the answers ready with our experts. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.